Howdy, folks. Wake up. This is Wake Up with Mark Joyner, episode number 33. Today, we're going to talk about this new discovery of how science has finally found the limit of human potential. All right, so let me just dive right into this, guys. I'm not going to talk about my routine because I have got a lot to do and I got a lot of places to go, not too much time to do it. So I want to tell you a little story. So when I was a young man, I remember speaking to a friend of mine about how I thought that human potential was way beyond what we have discovered. I have always believed that we have just a tiny conception of what we are capable of. And this friend of mine, good guy, super intelligent guy, but one of these sort of authoritarian science bigot type of guys. There are a lot of them out there. He's the kind of guy who, he knows what science knows, and he will, tell you that you're right or wrong because science knows this, and if you disagree, you're wrong. That kind of guy. And I remember him giving me this really stern look. No, Mark. Your potential is limited by your genetics. That's it. We've proven this by science. End of discussion, right? And I just remember refusing to accept that. And I didn't know how to process it at the time because that very authoritarian look, the appeal to science, the tonality, all of that it's very powerful, and it's powerful in the way it locks us into a particular worldview. And it takes a lot of moral courage to stand up against such things because you will face a tremendous amount of ridicule who have been from people who have been inculcated into that way of thinking. And it seems like when you are inculcated into this way of thinking, you also come equipped with all sorts of interesting tactical ways of shutting people down who think otherwise. It seems to be part of the package. Well, now we know through epigenetics that your behavior actually changes the way your genotype expresses your phenotype. In fact, there are even epigenetic markers completely outside of the genetic code that control traits that we can flip on and off, and that these flipped on and off states are passed on to your offspring. We also know now that we used to think that the autonomic nervous system could not be controlled by the conscious mind, but yogis have been telling us this for thousands of years, that they can do that. They have been using breath to do that, and now with guys like Wim Hof, we have really strong scientific evidence to show that these guys are using breath control to actually modulate their immune system. We have a tremendous amount of evidence now supporting the notion that we are capable of way more than we have been taught. So I want everyone to ponder this and to imagine what kind of box have you put yourself in this life because of what you have been told is the limit of what is possible. And I challenge you to question that and to expand it, because I suspect that it's way beyond even what we know now. Because again, if you look at the history of science, you'll find that everything that we once thought was true is always constantly evolving. Very few scientific truths have stood up over the test of time. Even the Newtonian laws of physics are under question under certain contexts at the subatomic level. We even know now that the periodic table of elements is not all there is in chemistry with the discovery of the nanomaterial revolution. What else is possible? I challenge you to explore that and to push yourself beyond whatever you thought you were once capable of, because I promise you, you are capable of way more than you think you are. That's it today, guys. I am out.